Hey, you're listening to the All Request Lunch Hour with Tanya on 93.7 FaithFM, your inspiration station. And we're just going to take a break from requests right now because a friend of mine has rolled up into the studio today because she's got a brand new song releasing today. And her name is Kisandra Filbert, and she's from Guelph. So welcome to the studio, Kisandra.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you're here because when I heard the new track that you have, I got really excited about it. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But people may remember you from your first release, which was In Love With You. It was a duet with Bat Sarai. That came out around Valentine's Day. Great song. You've got a beautiful voice. And you're back with a brand new track called The Zone. Now, first, I want you to tell our listeners, who is Kisandra?
Well, my name is Kisandra Filbert, and so I've grown up just loving music. Literally, any little jingle that was on TV, I would listen to it and go to my little tiny red Fisher-Price piano and play along with it. That's when my parents were like, oh, she might have a gift here. So from that time, just growing up in the church and just loving just surrounding myself with music and those who love music, I've just come to really be inspired to then think, wait a second, maybe I can write music too.
So you got into, you were born and raised into the church environment, so into praise and worship music. Are you a praise and worship leader? Like, do you do this just more than just creating songs on tracks that you release?
Yes, actually, I help to lead worship at a church in Kitchener called Supersencia. So it's a Spanish/English speaking church, and it's amazing.
So you've been forming your craft for many years now.
Yes.
Musically, what are we talking about in terms of influences?
Influences, people like Nicole Nordman, CeCe Winans. I love Chris Daughtry even. There's some really amazing artists just that speak to my heart.
So what inspires you to write music?
Yes. So going back to when we were talking about when I was a kid, my family used to drive in the car on Sunday afternoons after church. And we literally, all the kids would sit in the car and sing with my parents in harmony. So driving down country roads from that time to now, we were like the Von Trapp family almost. So we would literally just drive and sing. And so literally that is my inspiration even today. I continue to drive and sing.
So how does that fast forward to you getting into the production studio and actually releasing tracks for radio?
Well, the desire had went, like I mentioned earlier, how now, wow, maybe I can trying to write myself. So back in December, I did this workshop with the Canadian Christian music industry, and it was in Toronto, and they had a workshop on how to write music, songwriting. And so then I brought a song, just the chorus of a song, and I thought, I wonder if I can do something with this. And I was in a group of two other people, and out of that birthed the song In Love With You. So literally that's what God did. And I thought, well, maybe I can go further with my songwriting. So then talking to Andy Horrocks from AME Studios, he said, hey, I know somebody that could help you with that. And so with promoting your songs. And so when I connected with them, with Bridge Music, actually, Jeff Cato, he said, let's get you going. Let's see if we can create something for summer. Just go right in there. And he asked me if I had a full song ready to go. And I said, not quite. I've only had little pieces of songs so far. So
does it come in pieces?
It does.
So you have to get sort of puzzled together, like puzzle pieces, and then suddenly you just have this song in front of you?
Exactly. That's it. And funny enough, usually it's the chorus that comes to me right away. And I'll get this little jingle in my head, and, I'll have my little, my phone with me and the little voice recorder, and I'll record that little piece, and it'll just dance around in my head for a little bit, just the tune, and then I'll add words to it. And just the challenge was out there from Jeff. He'd said, okay, so with all these little pieces, now it's time to write a full song.
So you're talking about going into the studio with AME,
yes,
Andrew Horrocks.
Yes.
How has that experience been for you?
It's been incredible. Andy,
is it a bit intimidating being in a studio and actually making cuts for air at this point? Or do you feel kind of relaxed?
It is more relaxing now. I think I got the nerves out with the first song. But Andrew is just an amazing producer. He just makes you feel at home, and it's really fun to do, actually.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great. So let's talk about The Zone.
Yes.
Because that literally is, like, you've put an earworm into me now. Like, that song, I hear it, and I'm humming it. And when I was previewing the song, I got so excited about it. So tell us about The Zone, because this is what I envision. I am on a country road. I'm going down the highway. The windows are down. There's the wind in my hair.
Yeah.
I'm probably driving a Corvette because that's cooler.
That's awesome.
And I've got The Zone on repeat.
Awesome.
Like, that's how I feel about this song. So what is the story behind the song, The Zone?
Yes, The Zone. So as I mentioned, I was given that challenge to write a full song, and this literally was the very first song I've ever written in full. So this challenge now turned into, wow, so what do I want to write about, God? And I wanted to write about what was current in our area, in our environment, which is when you turn on the news, you hear so much sadness and destruction. So I wanted to write about God's love and when he comes into our lives, the joy that he brings. And so I began to think about how in Isaiah 61:3, it talks about put on the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. So I thought, yeah, you know what? It's time to dance. I feel like dancing.
Yes.
It's okay to dance. And so with that idea, that's why the song is a little bit more beat. And not only that, you'll notice in the second verse, it talks about how God's arms are just open wide, and the picture of the prodigal son coming back to the father. So I just decided, you know what? Yes, Lord, I want people to know that no matter where they've gone and whatever they've done, it doesn't matter, that God's arms are always open wide, and he loves them, and he wants to party with us.
Yeah, so it's a feel-good song. It makes you feel good, but there's a meaningful message behind that.
Yes.
Which is what I really like to hear in music. So how do we get the song The Zone? After people hear it today,
yes,
in a few moments, they're going to want to get it.
Awesome.
So how do we access this song, The Zone?
So you can find The Zone on Spotify, on Apple Music, on iTunes, on Deezer, if you've heard of it. There's so many places. And if you want to check out my Facebook page, Kisandra Filbert Music, you'll also find the list of music and how you can download them there.
And your last name, Filbert?
Yes.
It's not F-I-L.
No.
It's Phil, as in Philip and Bert. So that's
correct.
how we remember how to say your name. So it's Philbert. Kisandra Filbert.
Right.
So that's how we're going to access The Zone. Also, you can request it during the All Request Lunch Hour,
yes,
Monday to Friday from 12 to 1 here on Faith FM. But tell us what's next for you. What's on the horizon? Where do you feel God's leading you?
Well, definitely to write. The funny thing about this particular song is that it was literally given to me as I was working in the busyness of the environment. I heard the scanner. I work at a place where I scan in invoices, and literally just the sound was going to the beat of this music, and I thought I could put a song to this. So literally I went home that day and added words to it. And so from that, I just ever since at work or as I'm driving country roads, as you say, I just keep getting more and more music. So more is coming, guys.
Oh, this is wonderful. So are we working towards an EP coming out soon? Just going to have a collection of all these tracks put together and
Absolutely.
a full actual CD or download folder?
Absolutely. You're going to be getting an EP coming soon, hopefully in the fall.
Oh, that is sweet. Okay, well, Kisandra, thank you so much for coming in, chatting with us about The Zone. I'm excited about this song. I know the listeners are going to be excited about this song. So I'm going to allow you the opportunity to throw to your very own song.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on here, Tanya. Hey, this is Kisandra Filbert, and you're listening to my brand new song, The Zone, on Faith FM.